Hey everyone, I'm Amy Shearer Title, and recently, in one of my internet deep dives on all things cute and kitten, I found a late 1960s plan by the CIA to actually train cats as spies. The idea of animal training with the CIA has its roots in B.F. Skinner's operant psychology. Skinner was an early and mid-century American psychologist noted for his work in behaviorism and operant conditioning. He believed that psychology could predict and control an organism's behavior by managing its situation through a history of behavioral reinforcement. Key to his work in this was the so-called Skinner box. This was an enclosed environment used to train lever-pressing rats and key-pecking pigeons. Rats and pigeons could operate a lever or a key, respectively, to receive food, a form of positive reinforcement. All the while, the psychologist running the experiment could gather data on the animal's behavior. Ultimately, knowing what the animal would do to get that food as a reward, the psychologist could shape the animal's behavior and have them do something specific for that reward. This was basically the same idea the CIA looked into in the mid-1960s when it started thinking about animal training. The idea was to use cats and dogs, two animals that are quite commonly found on the streets in the Soviet Union, which of course was the country the United States was looking to spy on in the mid-1960s. The CIA preferred cats because of the much lower expense of utilizing cats as experimental vehicles for laboratory work than dogs. Training started in a version of the Skinner box, basically a large pen where correct responses were rewarded to shape the animal's behavior and train them to react to guidance cues. The pen was made larger and larger as training progressed, until the animal was ready to take their mission outside. Animals were given auditory clues for guidance, a continuous signal to let them know they were on course, a certain signal to turn right or let them know the target was to the right, and a different signal to turn left or tell them that something was on the left. All along the way, the scientists introduced new stimuli so the animal would not be shocked by something it met in real life, say the sound of a car engine. Once the animal was trained, it was a simple hour-and-a-half-long surgical procedure that would implant the right technology into the animal. Basically, the cats would have an antenna that would broadcast a signal for them to go straight, left, or right, and also some kind of microphone and antenna to listen to a conversation and then send it back to the spy base. The whole thing was based on radio frequencies. I mean, it kind of makes sense. They were using radio frequencies to talk between the Earth and the Moon, so why not between a kitty and its handler at a spy base, right? Total sense. So think about it like a scene in an old movie. Two people are walking down the street having a secret meeting trying to avoid detection when they hear rustling in a bush. They turn around thinking they're going to find a spy, but it's really just a stray cat. They wave it off and they keep talking, even if the cat kind of trots along next to them. The most that's going to happen, they're going to think the cat is cute. But if that cat has a microphone embedded in its chest and an antenna embedded in its spine, it could theoretically be listening to that conversation and broadcast it back to the spying nation, in this case the United States. From September through December of 1967, the CIA looked into this idea of training household animals to be spies. According to a July 1968 memo, the animals were trained to search for a specific target and respond in a certain way. The program was funded through the early months of 1969, but yielded such poor results it was ultimately cancelled. And are we really surprised? Any cat owner can tell you that you can train a cat, but training a cat to give you high paw is very different than training it to walk 3 miles and find a specific target on the left or right using only auditory signals. Cats, get distracted by things. They like to lie down sporadically. They bathe themselves a lot. One thing I know for sure, Pete Conrad may be completely adorable, but he would make a terrible spy cat. Not only does he get distracted by things like specks on the wall, he is afraid of everything, including bottles of hairspray for whatever reason. But I love him. Thank you. Let me know what you guys think of the oddness that is Project Acoustic Kitty, and basically the idea of training household animals to be spies. Such a weird program, but I'm also entirely unsurprised that this was something seriously considered in the 1960s. Let me know your comments, questions, and other weird mid-century topics you would like to see covered in future videos, all in the comments down below. Of course, be sure to check out the companion blog over on Medium and follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram for all kinds of other content update, including upcoming book signings and events. A brief reminder that my new book, Fighting for Space, is also on sale for pre-orders now. It's coming out February 18th. All the information you need for links are in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and see you next time.